All right, great. Back again. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna be talking about the William percentage range strategy, often referred to as the overbought and oversold strategy. All right, so that's what we're gonna talk about. So let me head over straight to my chat, and then I will give you an overview of how the strategy works. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So we are back on the MetaTrader 4 chat. And this is the indicator referred to as the William percentage R. As you can see, that's the percentage symbol, and the R right here. So this is what we refer to as the William percentage R. It is an indicator which shows overbought and oversold. Now, in this case, by default, it's been set to 20, being anything above 20, about a 20 indicator right here, the 20 mark here signifies an overbought asset, and any indicator below any line above, sorry, let me see that again. Sorry about that. Now, any line above the 20 mark here, all right, indicates an overbought asset, and any line like this line below the 80 mark right here indicates an oversold asset. Now, by overbought and oversold, what it implies is that the market, if the market has been overbought, that means that the probability that the market is going to go um, down is high because the price of the asset is deemed to be overvalued. So at this point, expect traders to realize that the value of the asset has been overvalued. All right, so people will not be willing to pay higher prices for it, and as a result, the supply will outstrip demand, and then in basic economics, you get to know that once supply outstrips demand, the price will have to start dropping for people to be able to demand for it. So the price starts to drop, once it moves above this. So once the price moves above this, it is an indication that you should put the asset. Put the asset, meaning that the asset price is going to go down. Once it crosses the 20 mark, it indicates that the asset is going to go down. The asset price is going to go down over time. That in the future is going to go down. It's going to go down. The future in this case about trading could be the next 30 minutes, the next 1 hour, the next hour. The price is going to go down. Now, when it crosses below the 80 mark, this 80 mark, it indicates that the price of the asset has been oversold, meaning that the price is too low. And this is, how do I call it? As a result of the fact that there is so much demand for the asset, but due to the fact that there isn't much supply for it, you get it, the price starts to rise. So meaning that the price is so low that most traders realize, okay, this asset price is very, very low. So why do I buy low and sell high? So what they do is they all start demanding for the asset. And in basic economics, it shows that once demand outstrips supply, prices start to go up. So in this case, once the price crosses below the 80 mark, it indicates the price is way too low. There's going to be so much demand for the price, for the asset. So as a result, the price is going to drive back up again. This is how the indicator works. All right. So once it moves below, it indicates the price is going to drive up again in the next future, in the future. So which will be the next 5 minutes, the next 2 hours, the next 3 hours. That is our future in this kind of trading scenario. So in the future, the price is going to drive back up. So as a result, you take a call. All right, you take a call when the price of the asset with this line goes below the 80 mark, and then you take a put when the price goes above the 20 mark. Are you okay? All right, so that's good. So that's the overall strategy. That's how it works. All right, so let me show you how to set up this indicator. Let me see how to set up this indicator so that you can do it. So first, again, you go to indicators. All right, right here you click here. You come to oscillators. then you choose William percent say William percent out. William percent out. So you click on it. By default, it gives you the aqua, this aqua stuff. But I don't usually like the light for my liking. So I usually like the dark blue. So look at dark blue and then you click on OK. So it gives that to you. And okay, let me go back and show you. Alright, the period. Some reduce it to anything they really like, to 7, 4, 5, 2, anything they like. But I usually leave it at the default, it's 14. So leave it at the default 14, or as and when you switch things, you will get to know which period works best for you, and then you can use that trade. So that's it. So 14, the prints are 14. So that's it. Alright. Now this is what it gives us. Now let me show you how it works. Now in this case, I'm going to use this indicator. Before that, now if the line stays within the range of the 20 and the 80, you don't take any trade. You only take a trade when the line moves above or below, moves above the 20 or below the 80. That's when you take a trade for the strategy. So what you do is, in this case, between this candlestick and this candlestick, as you can see, between this candlestick, the line was in between the 20 and the 80. So as a result, we're going to take any trade, we will keep waiting and waiting. So now you realize that when it got to this candlestick, this particular candlestick, right? The market moved from this point across the 20 mark to this point, which shows that the asset has been overbought. So the asset has been overbought. So the asset has been overbought, meaning that there's a lot of demand for it, and as a result, there's so much supply of the asset. So, given the fact that there's so much supply of the asset due to the high demand for it, this has caused people to, how they call it, this has caused the price of the asset to rise to this point due to the high demand. But because most of the producers or the suppliers of the assets are oversupplying, now it gets the point where people are not willing to pay that higher price for the assets, and moreover the supply is more than the demand for it now, so the price will start to drop. So now you realize that once it got here, so this kind of thing can cross within the next 1 hour. This is 5, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Within the next 1 hour, the price drops. Now remember, this is the price that you enter. Now you're entering at this price, which is 1.09231. And within the next 1 hour, it closed here, right? And this one, it closed at 1.09100. So you win the trade. So this tells you that once it crossed, the asset was overbought, which caused the price to rise because demand was, which caused the price to drop, to fall, because supply had now outstripped demand. Alright, so the price dropped in the near future, like I was saying, it was in the next 1 hour. You could do this in the next 5 minutes. In the next 5 minutes, you're going to lose the trade. You're going to lose the trade because you realize this is where you entered at, and this is where it closed at. If you entered at 1.09231, and then you closed at 1.09235. So just the difference of 4 pips could cause you to lose the trade. And I'm repeating again, in binary options, even 1 pip can cause you to win or lose a trade. Alright? So you have to be very careful. So again, you have to backtest to see what time frame was. Now, if you hold it 10 minutes, you would win. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you would win. 30 minutes, 35, you would win. But if you hold it in beyond 1 hour, you could win to a point, but you would lose again at a point. I mean, anything above this price. So anything from this price, any time frame, anything from this time upwards, you could lose the trade. So you have to be careful. You have to do a back test to see which one is best to hold the trade. Now, let's go to the drop and what's it called, the oversold. Now, the oversold strategy. In this case, you realize again that when the market started coming down, it came down, the price were moving within this range, within this candlestick and this candlestick, right? This candlestick. The between the 20 and the 80, right? So you wouldn't take any trade, but you waited, and then when it moved below the 80, which shows the asset has been oversold, which then tells that demand is now outstripping supply. Therefore, the price started to rise in the near future. The price is going to rise in the near future. Back up again, so you can see that once it entered here, right? If you hold the asset for the next one, I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 50. Well, you will still lose this trade. You will lose this trade. No, you will lose this trade because of the closing price. Now it's going to close at 1.09153, and this one is going to close at 1.09127. So you will lose this trade. But if you hold it beyond 1 hour, for instance, right? If you hold it beyond 1 hour, that will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. So you see it. If you hold it beyond, say if you hold it for 2 hours, you're going to win the trade because you enter here and you close here. You close your closing price going to be here. So you see what this, you're going to win the trade. Now, even with this signal, it tells you that the asset in the near future rose, which indicates that there was an oversold. The asset was really oversold. It was oversold and it rose in the near future. So all I'm trying to say is you have to do a back test to always get to know what time frame is best to hold it. In binary options, what makes the difference most is the time frame. If the time frame is not right, the strategy could be good, the strategy could be good. As you can see, the strategy is very good, but because of our time frame, you don't hold it right, you could lose the trade. That's why it was part of the principles that I mentioned, that you could have a good strategy, but if the timing is wrong, it could also affect your trading. Alright, you put a very good strategy into a very bad one. And that's it. And sometimes you could lose a trade. Yes, anything can happen, you could lose a trade. With this one, for instance, that was oversold. You take it, you get it, so they're going to be entering here at this point. So anything above this price range, you can own. So you just have to do a back test and get to know which one works best, and then you'll be fine. Right? If you have any questions, let me know. So that's how you use the Williams percentage out. Going about it again, if it crosses the 20 mark, it indicates the asset has been overbought. Therefore, the market is going to go down. The price of the asset is going to go down, which indicates that you have to choose a put once it crosses up. If it crosses below the 80 point mark, it indicates that the market has been oversold, or the price of the asset has been oversold, and therefore the price of the asset is going to rise in the future. So you take a call, and then you make a trade entry once the price closes. With this one as well, you have to wait for the asset to close, the candlestick to close first before you will take a trade. If the candlestick does not close, you cannot take a trade, because until the candlestick closes, you cannot tell whether it's going to cross or it's not going to cross. So you have to wait for it to close. Once it closes, then take your trade, and then that's it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So just once again, back test and then get a time frame that works for you. I have not tested this strategy to get to know which time frame works best, because as I've always said, I don't trade with this strategy. I trade a candlestick pattern strategy, which I'll be teaching you later on in the training course. But I have practiced some of the patterns, and I get to know which time frame to hold them. So you also backtest this one and get to know which time frame works best. I hope you have an idea of how the strategy works. If you have any questions about the strategy, let me know, and I will be glad to help you out. Alright, leave it in the comment section below, and then I will be ready to assist you. Okay, right. So you take care, and then I'll see you in the next video, as I'll talk about the next